So Scump goes down, AbeZy guns Dashy, and now FaZe has control. So that gunfight is nuts. What is good, everybody? Today we are breaking down some professional Call of Duty. I thought today would be a pretty fun day to have like a pretty chill overall vibe and just go for it with like watching some OpTic versus FaZe. We're gonna figure out how they're playing, breaking down how they play for spawns, how they play on Moscow here, and probably the most insane hardpoint game of the year so far. With how this went down with the clutches from AbeZy. We're gonna talk about communication, positioning, spawns, how you play with your teammates to break hills. And there's gonna be a lot of really cool conversations in this video. And I am excited to get into it. I'm assuming this is gonna be like a 20-something minute video. So it's gonna be pretty casual. I'm gonna throw some music in the background. We'll be chilling, talking about this as a whole. So I'm looking forward to get into breaking down some Call of Duty. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are off the rip. We've got the tools here to work with at the top right. If we want to pause it up, draw all over it, we can. We're basically just gonna go through this, have a fun time, see what we can learn from watching this hardpoint. So let's get right into it. So P1's pretty straightforward. Generally, you're gonna see this type of split off the rip here, where you're gonna set up with, you know, two guys pushing left. A little bit tougher with two guys pushing this left side towards globe here. Sometimes you'll have three hit through mid or help out through mid, and then one might back up to watch the flank here, because sometimes, you know, a team likes to push through to try to get these spawns off the rip, but nothing too crazy here off the start, so we can keep watching through. And here we see Envoy. I really like how he plays this. They check out the windows here. It's pretty interesting that he plays for the flank off the rip. It's a pretty ballsy play and something that FaZe did not expect. As you can see, he finds two RCD. RCD finds him, nothing too crazy there. That's kind of what you'd expect. And so you kind of see OpTic having a really nice hold here. You've got them down by globe down here. You've got pretty big map control here. You know, you got space spawning up back here at the back of the map. So they are in a good spot right now off the rip, and you got to be feeling pretty good if you're an OpTic fan early on here with the hold that they have going. And you know, overall, FaZe definitely in a tough spot here heading into P2 with what you'd like to see, you know, trying to have map control, having a chance to rotate. But OpTic now is set up for a pretty decent amount of time here on P1 and P2 if they can hold it. So now it'll be interesting to see how FaZe tries to break this hill here, and Scump is doing a good job of trying to slow that pace. But now you have two collapsing down at the bottom. It'll be interesting to see how fast he plays up top here. So Cellium finds one. I gotta turn my camera here. Cellium finds one. You'd think he might play a little bit slower there to wait for the push. But now FaZe, Simp at the back, is trying to get him to spawn out. And they force the kind of like the split spawns there. So like sometimes if a guy's pushing through the back here, you'll get a weird spawn here and a weird spawn here as they're both trying to play towards the hill. But that doesn't always happen there. So FaZe clears that out. And now you've got OpTic just holding on again, having a really nice hold here. And this is where FaZe is like, all right, yo, chalk this. We got to rotate here because you're trying to get that time, but it's not easy to do. So then FaZe spawns up. Now you're going to see OpTic flood through this right side and see how they try to push here towards P3 as FaZe tries to set up on it, which is sometimes, you know, this hill is really tough to break, especially when you've got good ARs watching like street and you got the ARs all watching here. Just those two things alone can lock up a lot of that time because the pro teams are so dead set that they know the spawns. And you can see that FaZe actually has Cellium anchoring that back side, which is pretty interesting. And so his job is kind of watch this back side as they get the call outs. When they have the call outs that someone's watching street, they get the call outs that yo people push through, and then they know to watch the backside. So OpTic does an awesome job there of actually breaking that. So let's roll back real quick because I actually was talking, you missed that. So OpTic floods the street here. They don't put any pressure. See, look, no pressure through the front side, nothing here. So this forces kind of like a 4v3 on the side here. And what Scump and Envoy's jobs here is to block the spawns at the back to make sure that when they get the kills here on street, that nobody spawns back here. So that's what they're kind of doing there. So you watch through here is what happens is Formal's getting shots in on AbeZy here on street. Envoy finds one. Formal finds the second. They flood the backside really well there. Again, they use their numbers because they have a call out that AbeZy is here on elbow. They know one's inside the hill because somebody's getting that time. So they know that they have a 3v2 at the back of the map. And so counting that time is actually what's counting those kills and counting and having that mental count of which players are where inside their heads is what allows OpTic to actually break that hill. So that's really, really good stuff from OpTic. And then they get the call that AbeZy's on elbow. Then they know one left the hill, Simp's last guy, and bang, they got the break. That is nice, nice Call of Duty from OpTic as a whole. Things you'll love to see there. So now OpTic breaks that hill. They are playing some good hardpoint early on here in the map. And so now you got to see, like, FaZe got to decide, okay, well, we can't really push this. We got to rotate, but they're getting slayed out. So they get the one close spawn, but you can see the spawns are all over the place down there in the left corner. And so AbeZy now, he's just got to finesse and play his life here if he can. Envoy goes down as well. AbeZy, we know how good of COD he plays in this map. And FaZe ends up winning the rotation after what looked like a pretty sketch start for them heading into that P4 hill. So that was a little worrying, but AbeZy is just frying here on the backside with 4 of them now. And you can see FaZe's setup is that they let Simp slay out here inside of glass. And so that allows for FaZe to get a lot of that time on this hill. So they do a really good job of answering back here from OpTic's P2 and P3 holds with a pretty good hold here now on P4. And that was what, you know, AbeZy just been absolutely slaying out. AbeZy and Simp doing their slaying jobs there, what allows them to do that. So that was really, really good COD to give them, what, 40 some seconds on the hill there. So get them back in this game at least a little bit, claw back in. And so now they're on the rotation for P1 and P2. So again, you're trying to hold the back spawns here. You want that backside for P2 and for P1. And so that's what FaZe is communicating as they rotate here to hold P1 and P2 in the new hills. So now, OpTic's in a tough spot here. They have to decide, do they want to push through the spawn and try to challenge the backside of the hill here? Or do they want to, you know, bullet up the front and try their luck there? But you can see that Cellium at the back is doing a good job of controlling those spawns, but one player pushes out too far. One of them flips. Wait, let me see who this is. That's actually crazy. So the key is here. So we actually learned something here. So I didn't realize that. So if you have one player sitting at the back, I think FaZe thought that they'd be good with Cellium sitting back here, which they thought would hold these spawns. But obviously, that's not the case, because look at this. Simp is here on plat and goes down, and then OpTic spawns into the good spawns on P2. So that actually was what caused him to flip. So that's something that they're probably going to go back and learn inside the film, that, okay, that is not a good hold. We need somebody to be a little bit farther back, because Dashy blocked those spawns, allowing their teammates to spawn up there, even though Cellium was sitting back on bus on street. So that's pretty crazy. Let's keep it going. So there you go. Envoy and OpTic, they do a good job of holding this. They get the one weird spawn out on that backside. I'm not exactly sure how that's caused or what the positioning was there that caused that. I have to go back and check that. But as a whole now, OpTic's in a pretty good spot to hold P2 again. They broke that P1 spawn after the flip, and now they're in a pretty good spot for P2. So let's see what they can do here now. And see how FaZe tries to approach this. You can see Cellium sneaking through the back. He's actually, you see what Cellium's doing here. He's trying to sneak through, and he doesn't even shoot Envoy in the back. He actually is just trying to get a weird spawn here and letting FaZe pinch this together. So they communicate that pinch. Envoy plays for the backside. Cellium finds the kill. They get the flip, and bang, they're in. So that's what you see there, is the patience from Cellium was really, really, really nice there. But look at Envoy. He's doing the same thing. Envoy's doing the same thing. He's gonna try to find the kill here. There's a big gunfight. Cellium gets it. Gives themselves a chance here at the back, but now they're getting the parallel spawns here, what you're talking about, because nobody has control of the back, so that's really, really good. And Cellium's just trying to finesse for that time, and he goes down. So overall, you'd give that like a pretty neutral hill. Both teams had a chance to break. You know, FaZe minimized the damage though, which is what I'm sure what they were trying to do there. So as a whole, I think if you're FaZe, you're feeling pretty good about that. But the rotation to P3 is everything right here. So you're looking at the bottom left of the map. Scump finds one. RCs has to stay alive here to try to save his life. You gotta finesse, play your life, survive. And so now OpTic's trying to hunt him down and flip the spawns. Bang, bang, bang. There's the spawn flip. Oh no, they don't. So that's actually a crazy situation too. Let's rotate that back for like 10 seconds. Because look at the situation here. You'd think that OpTic is guaranteed. Look at the placements here. You would think OpTic's guaranteed these good spawns here. But they actually get overly aggressive. And so honestly, next time what they'll have to do communicate here is that one of them needs just to stay back, like, you know, anchoring back here somewhere, maybe play the street, because that would secure their back spawns, but they actually all get too aggressive and push through here. So watch this. The trades come through. This is really impressive from FaZe. Simp makes an insane play there, and that secures them the close spawns there. So that's huge. Huge stuff because it spawns OpTic out. Then Dashy's the big time play at the back. And good trades from our cities. That secures FaZe the spawns. Now they're in a good spot for the last 30 seconds here. And now OpTic has to decide, okay, are we going to try to chow this? Are we going to play for the new hill? And now they chalk it. So that was huge from FaZe to keep this game really, really close here on P3 as they rotate to P4. That was awesome. Good trades from Formal. That's dangerous when Simp's pushing the street there. My goodness. So now you're watching through. You guys gotta, if you're FaZe, you're just trying to play for the trades and wait for your teammates to get this time. And you can try to get the trades through. Formal does a good job of peeking quick there as Cellium finds the trade as well. So now this is where the gunfights come through. You've just got to play your life and bait and trade, and the better team, the better baiter wins. Here, as Scump finds one through the window. That's really, really good COD from Scump. And now you're watching that gunfight here. Scump finds another one as well, finds AbeZy. That's huge as well to give them a little bit of leeway to work with here. But this hill is so scrappy. If you can get 25 seconds on this hill, you feel really, really good about that. So OpTic so far feeling good. Their primary focus here is just trying to hold the backside here for the spawns, and they know that they're good here. They're counting the kills right now, and they feel very, very good about that. As Scump is slaying out, they're gonna get the last 20 seconds here, and they've got spawns for new and for P2. So OpTic played that rotation very, very, very well, even though they didn't get all the time. The patience is more important, because if you get a 4 down here, if 4 of you go down on that P4, then FaZe can push out for the spawns and flip them, and then you lose time on P1 and P2. So overall, OpTic does a great job of that, and that's just some good COD. Good stuff from our cities to play that backside. That's some good patience from him. So now it'll be interesting to see. I think if you're OpTic, you've got to worry at least a little bit about somebody pushing through here on spawns. And you can see Envoy's getting pretty aggressive here, where if FaZe would have pushed through there, they would have got potentially a flip if one gets to the backside here. So that's actually pretty crazy.
This time. There's still 20 seconds left on the hard point, though.
So again, OpTic's just trying to minimize the damage there, trying to get the first 20-30 seconds, and then you're like, all right, well, we got spawns for P2, let's hold it, and that's what happens there. But then a weird spawn out there. Wait a second. How does that work? I'm trying to figure that out too. I'm trying to learn here too. So you see that spawn out there, somehow this positioning causes a spawn out for Dashy here? That's pretty crazy. I'm honestly not sure why, because Arcides isn't even looking out the window back here. He's just looking inside of BS and D. So that's a little bit puzzling. I'm not exactly sure. Let me see when that kill came through. I need to make sure it wasn't like instantaneous. Okay, yeah. So somehow this positioning causes Dashy to spawn out, which is pretty surprising. We're gonna have to look at that one again probably in the future and see if that's more of like a common thing, honestly, because that's pretty crazy otherwise. So that's a big kill from our cities, and now if you're FaZe, you can try to work this back street. You have to assume one of them's at the back. See that now? See, there you go. That time Envoy got the close spawns. That's pretty weird. I'm not exactly sure why.
Gonna spawn right under Formal. Envoy's gonna come up, find a kill.
But here we go. This is where a lot of time comes through. I mean, it's a close game. Every single one of these seconds matters. AbeZy finesses. It's a huge gunfight. AbeZy's got to play his life here. Let FaZe. So AbeZy's trying his best to play slow there. He's just dipping and diving, playing for life, waiting for his teammates to get to position. The kills come through. Huge trade from Scump. Oh, man. That is some good COD. So Envoy was actually doing the same thing that AbeZy was doing, but OpTic plays it way better. So look at this. So again, pay attention to the AbeZy finesse here as he kills Dashy, and then he's trying to finesse with Envoy here. So he kills Dashy, but now what Scump spawns up right here and is communicating with Envoy like, yo, I'm gonna hit this, play slow, I got your trades, you know, wait it out, I'm here, something along those lines. So Envoy's just finessing, playing slow, waiting for Scump to get the help. Scump finds one, Scump finds two, and then now Simp is put in a really tough spot as Scump knows he's coming, and there's 30 seconds left on the hill. If you're FaZe, you cannot lose this rotation, so they're gonna chalk it. And looks like Dashy realizes that pretty quick too, so he's anticipating that one of them is going to be here. So he assumes one's already here. Oh, he doesn't. That's surprising. You'd think that he would have assumed that one would have already been at the back, considering the situation. But now look at this. This is where, I mean, if you're OpTic, you feel pretty good. You've got to contest a few seconds here. You have at least 3 players pushing 2 here. If you get any of this time, you know, FaZe is in trouble, big trouble. So this is what you got to watch for here. Envoy, I'm surprised he doesn't play slower. Again, that's where, like, if you're OpTic, like, what? If you're OpTic, you've got to communicate this a little bit better here on the pinch. Like, the fact that Envoy pushes this before Scump pushes around the corner is pretty surprising. And Dashy is here for a pinch, so they should have been able to trade these kills really easily, but Envoy wasn't really patient enough here, which is pretty surprising for him. So they find the 2-piece. Dashy and Scump get caught, and down they go. And so now FaZe has a full wipe. And if you're OpTic, you're like, uh-oh. All right, we got to get this time. They can win on this hill. So here we go. This is where the trades come through again. Formal finds one. Cellium's probably going to spawn out back. Yeah, spawns out. So now the kills come through. This is everything right here. AbeZy finds 2 huge kills from AbeZy. The last alive is Formal inside the hill. They're going to isolate him, but Formal finds a kill on Cellium. And that's surprising because you'd think that Cellium would be able to anticipate that, but he doesn't.
But here comes the reinforcements. AbeZy trying to do what he can.
And AbeZy's just playing his life. Huge kill from AbeZy to let his teammates get inside the hill. That is a massive kill from AbeZy. Like, that cannot go understated. It prevents time so OpTic can't win. So again, let's go back and look at that for 10 seconds here. I mean, if you're AbeZy, you're sitting here in the hill. He already found 2. And now you've got the spawns here. OpTic spawning up here. You're like, oh my word, I have to stay alive here. Because if I go down, OpTic, there's 30 seconds left on this hill. All they need is 22. So we need to finesse for, like, 15-ish seconds. And so there you go. AbeZy's just trying to play his time. He needs this kill, finds one. And there you go. Arceus has got to stay alive. Bang. So now you got enough time where you survive that. And if you're FaZe, you're like, oh my word. Go to street right here. Fast, you know. So you're really pushing the pace here towards street. And then again, all eyes are on AbeZy right here on the mini map. Watch how he clutches up here. It's a 3v2 right now. Formal's going to go down, making it a 3v1.5 basically, as Scump is pushing towards the hill here. So Scump goes down. AbeZy guns Dashy, and now FaZe has control. So that gunfight is nuts from AbeZy, just bonkers. And so now FaZe has control of the backside of the map. I think a kill comes through here. I can't remember if Simp goes down, I think. Or, there you go. So now they've got full map control. They are counting those kills like, yo, that's 4 down. They know that all of OpTic is spawning up, back here on street. Look at the map control they have. They know they're spawning them back out somewhere over here. And so now as you play it through, FaZe is in a really, really good spot and puts OpTic into a really tough spot as they have to push through mid here. And this is where, you know, if you're OpTic, you've got one push. You know, you've got to trade the kills. Envoy, good job trading that kill, but the respawn is going to come in pretty quick here. And so there you see, FaZe gets the close spawn, and then now if you're OpTic, you're screwed, and GG's in the book, man. It's crazy. So like overall, OpTic played like a very good hardpoint, but FaZe just finessed them at the end, realistically, with playing those spawns just a little bit better. And that's the difference with two great respawn teams, is playing those spawns and setting up and playing for those spawns in a situation where you know that all of OpTic is spawning out like that. You can focus all of your attention that way, and you're going to get the close spawn on the new hill. So overall, man, FaZe played a really impressive game. They traded kills very, very well. They minimized the damage like the OpTic had multiple times to keep them in the game, because they were in such a tough position like a little bit earlier when it was like, you know, 200 to something right around here, where OpTic starts getting control on P2 and rotations to P3, and then you're like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. Like right here on the rotation right here, this is insane. And so if Dashy gets those kills there, you know, OpTic would have probably won the map right there. And there's multiple different times where OpTic could have won this map. And again, like I said, this right here was the difference in the game. If they got a 3v2 at the new hill, if OpTic capitalizes on that 3v2, it's GG's in the book. And so AbeZy and RCD's clutched up big time there for FaZe. As a whole, that's where that communication is so crucial. It broke down just for a second there for OpTic, and against a pro team, against the best of the best like FaZe, that's what's going to cost you in the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It ended up being a lot longer than I thought. I was just kind of rambling on and talking about the spawns and the positioning and the communication. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not going to do too much editing for this. It's going to be pretty calm and pretty chill. I'm just going to post the whole thing, a pretty quick, fast video today. So if you guys enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoyed it. But as always, guys, I'm your boy, CDL Elite, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.